It seems your first test as Lord has come. 'Tis no small matter either.
Indeed, but I needn't face it alone. I would ask each of you where you think we should go and why. State your case before the scales of conviction. Then we shall decide our destination.
We take a vote and the consensus determines our action. Is that it?
That is correct. So long as my allies walk by my side, their opinions carry equal weight to mine.
Okay.
Such is the way of House Wolford. As Lord, I shall bear the weight of consequence for the Scales' decision, whatsoever they may be.
You are more serious than usual, my friend.
He understands what it means to be Lord of his house.
Well, I hope you have room for a stowaway, because I'm going to.
Yay.
In secret, of course.
Kind of thought you would
I
already,
trust
but...
the new Lord Wolford will handle the ponderous negotiations and diplomacy with grace.
Your Highness, you cannot be...
You may stay ashore if you wish, Hyzante.
I don't think she will.
You know I cannot allow that. If you insist on going, then I shall attend you.
Well then, it would seem the matter is settled.
There is exactly one coin for each of us.
There were 7 of them, weren't there? That would mean one of us doesn't get it, right?
It seems fate has conspired to bring balance to our proceedings.
How curious.
Curious? I see it as a sign that the heavens approve of my joining you.
You are ever the optimist, my friend.
Shall we proceed, my lord? One coin, one vote.
Very well. I would hear each of your thoughts on the matter in turn. Then you shall place your coin upon the scales of conviction and illuminate the road ahead.
Okay. Esrost or Hyzante, I think that's how you pronounce it. Would that we had the time to visit both. Though I may not have my own token of conviction, it's my duty to lend an ear to their arguments. An honest exchange of opinions will hopefully lead to a decision that satisfies all who vote. The path of the story will be determined by the consensus of your party, as played out through voting scenes. Each of your allies will cast their vote according to his or her own convictions. As the player, you will be bound to the decision of the majority. Before the voting commences, you may attempt to persuade the others to change their minds. Whether or not you attempt succeeds will only be revealed when the votes are cast. The strength of Sereno's convictions will affect the chances of success. The key to winning over your party is gathering the necessary information beforehand. The information may not always be found in the same room where the votes are cast, so be proactive in talking to everyone you meet on your journey. Okay. So it's 50-50 so far. Interesting. I should probably... Let's talk to people who don't have a say yet. King Regna expects great things of you, Lord Sereno. If there's anything I can do to be of service, simply say the word. Would you like to learn more about the holy state of Hyzante? I know that they lay claim to the source of all of Norzelia's salts. I'd like to know more about Frederica's home. Granducci is known for its views on freedom. Hear more about our home of Glenbrook. Are there any problems I should be aware of? I would like to hear about all of these, to be fair. Let's hear about Glenbrook. Surely you jest, Lord Sereno. The kingdom isn't in the capable hands of royalists like myself. Our home has a long history of prosperous trade that utilizes everything in our bountiful land has to offer, I can read. There is nothing for the warriors of House Wolford to worry themselves over. But if I may be so blunt, Prince Roland's whimsical acts of late have been met with disappointment from both King Regna and Prince Franny. You can call them whimsical, Mr. Betrayed. Roland is doing everything he can for his kingdom. If this were not a family matter, If this were not a family matter, I should like to ask His Highness myself to conduct himself in a manner more befitting a prince. Alas, this is out of my hands. So you understand the same, Lord Wolfort? I'd hate for anything to happen should you decide to step in. Because Wolfort has turned its sword on the royal family before, be it 30 years ago. In the end, your house joined forces with the kingdom to lead the war to its end, and are even lauded as heroes to this day. But there are some who still harbor their suspicions. I urge you to proceed with the utmost caution. Pray forgive me, I forget myself sometimes. Hope my foolish ramblings have not clouded your judgment. The decision is yours to make, Lord Serenoa. I am sure you will choose most wisely. Alright, how about you? Lord Wolford, I know your position as head of the house comes with many responsibilities. But being party to Roland's fancies is not one of them. I hope you understand that. Roland's doing what he can in his own way. He's a brother, I'm sure you can see that. Well, maybe a prince, but he's like a brother to me. That's where I can do all I can. Appreciate the concern, but I hope. These two are just like ignoring what she says. What they say. Let's pick this one. Brother, you say? You mean to take my place as that fool's older sibling, then? Of course not. There's no way I could replace you, Prince Franny. But because you are brothers in truth, it stands to reason that you would bicker like siblings. Perhaps it would be good for the royal family if I were to be a buffer between you two. What a curious man you are to offer to play such a part. Do as you please, but I suggest holding on tightly to his reins if you do. Alright. Is that everything? Seems to be. Well, I didn't talk to you. Miss Franny and Mr. Pritchard are waiting to see off our esteemed guests. So ask them if you have any questions on the matter. Okay. I was probably supposed to see that first. Alright, let's just go top down.
Listen, lad.
Okay, Royal, if say Hyzante holds much appeal to me, Sorcery and Exarm are too clever by half. For the people of Estros will give a warm reception, even if their weather won't. I've better luck talking to a stone wall. The way I see it, you can't go wrong with a visit to Estros, considering your circumstances. Yeah, don't... that's fine.
Say.
Doubtless Estros will be a close partner in the days ahead. It would be wise to see how they live, don't you think? So one should listen to reason. Okay, so it gives me an idea of the odds if I were to persuade them. What about you?
Lord Serenoa.
Hyzante's Ministry of Medicine is said to be a beacon of progress in both medicine and magic. I believe we could benefit greatly from seeing the fruits of their knowledge with our own eyes. This one should listen to reason. What about you?
Serenoa.
I always wondered when I might visit the country where my mother was born. How did she spend her youth? I would very much like to see. Negotiating may yet prove futile. Okay, so I think that is... I think that, like, negotiating may yet prove fruitful is higher odds than may listen to reason.
Lord
What about you?
Serenoa, hello.
Has offered her few chances to visit Hyzante. Deepening your relations with the Holy State would doubtless be to your benefit as well. Why not use this opportunity to let Friedrich realize a long-held wish in the meantime? I think I want to go to Hyzante because we had the political marriage to make Glenbrook and Estros nice. But Hyzante is kind of a third party right now. You're undecided, so let's talk to you.
Lord Serenoa.
Estros soldiers are said to be among the strongest in all of Noselia. However, that is only hearsay. I mean to judge them for myself. Okay. What
Lord
about you?
Serenoa.
Gotta make you decide either way. Makes no difference to me. Where you go, I shall follow. Still, I would like to hear your thoughts on the matter. Well, like I said, I kind of want to go to Hyzante. So let's go there. Say Hyzante is a nation of salt and sand. You have a reason to go there? I can't pick that bottom one? Okay. Here everyone is treated as equals. I would see the truth of that claim. Scarce imagine so much sand. I would like to see it with my own eyes. I mean, this one sounds like skeptical. Well, both of these sound kind of skeptical. Like, I can't believe sand exists. Let's pick this one. Quality for all. Is there really such a place? If so, I'd like to walk its streets and see its people. Thank you for sharing, my lord. See now why you wish to visit Hyzante. And is deep in thoughts. Okay. So I think I need to try to persuade Roland, Hewitt, and I forget your name.
Listen, lad.
Eridor, if I want to get to Hyzante. But very low odds. Do I get one persuade per? No, I don't. What reasons have you for wanting to visit Hyzante? I just have a feeling. That's wonderful. The salt from the source has made them prosperous. Be interested in seeing how that wealth manifests itself. Yeah, that's it.
I suppose.
One can only wonder how it differs from any other body of water. Now that you mention it, I would very much like to see the site with my own eyes. I wonder what everyone else thinks. You give me much to consider, friend. Okay. What about you?
Lord Serenoa.
Strust soldiers are said to be among... Yeah, I already read. Let's try to convince you. Hyzante has its charms as well, I'm sure. What about it appeals to you? We shall see if their lauded quality works in practice. For now, it's only words to me. Let's visit the source. There's nothing else like it in the world. Let's do this one. To hear it from Hyzantians, their society seems like a paradise. I find it difficult to imagine. Scarce imagine a way life is not dictated. Oh, I'm scarce to imagine a way of life not dictated by nobility and birth. Without such a life, I would never have found myself in Prince Roland's service. Never have found this pride. Okay. Thank you, my lord. I suppose there may be some merit to visiting Hyzante. Okay. I guess I can try to convince you. There's no reason not to. I mean, I've guaranteed it, almost, I think. I think Anna will probably just choose whichever one you want, considering this is the first one. The first, like, voting thing.
Listen,
Let's
lad.
try to convince you, but considering I'd have better luck talking to a stone wall. Not sure it'll work. Wants to get to Hyzante, do you? Care telling me why, my lord? Send a son, make people of a much different sort than here. It'd be interesting to meet them. Probably this one. I understand your curiosity, lord, but your reunion with Frederica marks an important turning point. You'll have other chances to visit the source, and make no mistake, right now you should set your eyes on making your lady love happy. She wants to go to Hyzante. I'm making her happy by choosing this one. Thanks for sharing your thoughts on the matter. Appears indifferent. Okay. So I think I've got everyone that I tried to persuade, aside from him. Right? There's nothing else anywhere, is there? I think that's everything. I think we're done. End persuasion phase and commence voting? Yes.
It is time to cast our votes. Do we journey to the Grand Duchy of Esfrost, or the Holy State of Hyzante? Approach the scales of conviction with your token at the ready.
You've convinced me.
If that is your wish, then so be it. Hyzante is as good as Esfrost. Alright. So that's 1, 3, I think. 4.
You have my vote.
Where my lord goes, I follow. Okay, so if you tried to persuade them, they'll have special dialogue.
I changed my mind.
Charms and wish to see myself. Okay, so everyone, but probably this guy voted for Hyzante, right?
Forgive me, lad.
Been wanting to visit Esros for a while. Yeah.
The scales of conviction will illuminate the path we've chosen.
Alright.
The way forward is decided. We journey to Hyzante. We have decided. We set sail for the holy state of Hyzante. Whether or not it proves to be the right choice will depend on our actions. I trust in you all.
I'm sure there's no wrong choices in this game.
We are ready to set sail, Lord Patriot.
Just the less right ones.
Very good, my lord. When you pay respects to the Holy One and the Saintly Seven, remember that you do so on behalf of our king.
Lord Serenoa, we are honored that you would choose to grace our nation with your presence. That said, I must offer you a warning as well.
A warning?
It may be in Lady Frederica's best interests to remain here in Glenbrook.
Why?
I fear there may be some complications were she to come to Hyzante.
She is half-sister to the Archduke and my betrothed besides. What complications could there possibly be?
None, if I had any say in it. However, the matter is more delicate than that.
Your lady's hair would draw attention. Unfortunately, none of it favorable.
What is wrong with
My
her hair?
mother's hair. The pink locks of the roselle.
We've only known that that's kind of seen as a bad thing by some people, but never why.
Mother once told me of how her people fled Hyzante.
Then you know how the Roselle are viewed in our nation. How the gospel of the goddess regards them as sinners.
Just make her hide all the hair in a hat, you know?
Yes, I do. But I am from Esfrost, and I assure you I have committed no sins.
Of course, my lady. Very well then. I will do all in my power to see your visit is a pleasant one.
Thank you. Pray forgive my outburst.
Your outburst.
You've no need to apologize. Still, I must ask, are you certain?
I must go. I would see with my own eyes. See where and how my mother and her people suffered.
Whether the river flows completed. I guess that's why it was segmented. Because of the voting thing. I imagine part 2 is different depending on the voting process.
By order of King Regna, Serenoa escorts their esteemed guests back home, beyond the forest and over the mountains to a vast sand-swept land. Before long, a grand wall of stone rises before them. Known as the Goddess's Shield, behind it lies the source, Nozelia's only supply of salt. Upon the lake shores of the source towers a giant likeness of the goddess, ever watching over the flourishing city and the palace below. This is the holy state of Hyzante.
I had heard tales of the goddess's shield, but its grandeur surpasses even my imagination.
It protected the holy state from both Glenbrook and Esfrost during the war. None in history have succeeded in breaching it. Do you think you might fare better, Lord Serenoa?
I don't think I'm allowed to say yes.
I think penetrating these walls would be nigh impossible.
A most courteous answer. I should have expected as much.
What's that sound?
Could this be?
Well, this is ominous. Very bizarre.
Is this the hour of worship I've heard so much about?
Indeed. Hyzanteans offer their prayers up to the goddess's statue every day. They thank her for her blessing, for bestowing us with the source, from which all Norzalia's salt is harvested.
To see every citizen pray is astonishing.
It's kind of eerie, not gonna lie.
The goddess truly is at the center of all Hyzante, just as the stories say.
Even so, are there none who'd use this time of worship to rob their fellow citizens?
There are none so misguided among the goddess's believers.
All Hyzanteans are guaranteed food, clothing, and shelter. The Holy State has done everything in its power to eliminate poverty and ensure equality. As a result, no one envies others or craves riches for selfish reasons.
Really? Like, even if everyone got, like, the necessities they need, like, there are gonna be some people that want more, you know?
Certainly if everyone were equal, there would be naught to fight about.
But achieving absolute equality is impossible.
I mean, even if they did have absolute equality, like I was saying, people would want to be like the highest authority, you know?
The words of an unbeliever. The goddess showers her blessings fairly upon all who follow her teachings.
Before we visit the Hierophant, there is one thing I must tell you about Lady Frederica.
Under normal circumstances, the head of our nation would not permit an audience with one of Rosellan extract. We have explained the circumstances, however, and she has been granted special permission to enter the palace as an envoy.
That said, we would ask that Lady Frederica remain silent before the Holy One.
Silent? Why?
I reiterate that typically she would not be so much as allowed to attend. We ask for your understanding of our creed.
You mean to treat one of Glenbrook's delegates as if she weren't even there?
Prince Roland, you are here in secret. It would not do for you to gainsay another nation's religious creed. I have no objections.
My apologies.
You needn't apologize. Let us do what we came here for.
We appreciate your understanding. Now then, let us show you to the palace.
That is where the Hierophant resides.
The Hierophant imparts us with the goddess's divine messages. None are allowed to look upon the Holy One's face. None save Minister Edor, who conveys their divine words to us.
Well, that's suspicious.
Pardon our intrusion. Lord Serenoa Wolford of Glenbrook has escorted us home on behalf of King Regna.
The Hierophant speaks to you. Serenoa Wolford, we thank you for your gracious gesture. We are overjoyed and humbled that you have chosen to grace our nation with your presence.
I am unworthy of such high praise, but honored nonetheless.
House Wolford and Hyzante have shared a deep bond ever since the Saltire War. On behalf of the Saintly Seven, it is my wish that our friendship will be as strong as it was with your Lord Father.
But of course, I strive to one day measure up to his greatness.
You will also, in time, succeed Lord Simon as advisor to the mining venture, I hear. The Hierophant would hear your true thoughts on the endeavor.
I think it is a significant stepping stone toward peace between the three nations. It is a valuable endeavor that will fairly profit everyone. They'll probably like that one, you know. Here, the intentions of the three nations are not aligned, since a storm is brewing on the horizon. Don't want to say that. I think they'll like this one, because they're all about equality and everything. You know? Let's pick this one.
I think it a valuable endeavor that will fairly profit everyone.
Certainly. The Holy One shares your opinion. If benefit spreads evenly throughout the land, peace and happiness will follow.
And yet creating an equal society that all will accept is no easy task.
That difficulty is precisely what makes it worth doing. Together, let us bring true peace to Norzelia. The goddess always watches over those who believe in her. May you all receive her divine protection.
I apologize for visiting you in secret, but there is something I must ask you. I have heard that the people of Hyzante live in equality. They say the goddess showers blessings upon those who follow her teachings. But is that the only reason?
Oh, a studious one you are, Prince Roland. King Regna has raised you well. Of course, the goddess's teachings are at the core of the equality our citizens enjoy. But there are many measures taken by the Holy State to ensure the happiness of our people.
Minister Lila's Ministry of Medicine, which dedicates itself to the study of preserving life, is another example of this. The results of their research have allowed many people to overcome illness and injury and live long, healthy lives.
Fascinating. I would like to hear more about Hyzante's medical discoveries.
I see we managed to pique your interest. Minister Lila, I leave our guests in your capable hands. Pray, show them around the ministry and let them admire Hyzante's pursuit of life and magic.
Okay then. Yeah, these people are kind of weird. Oh, a side thing. She probably wants to do this first. Yeah, let's do this thing. I want to check out all the side stories that I can, because they're mostly just like a little cutscene, right? There's not usually a battle. No reason not to.
Brother, where is Roland? I've yet to see him today.
And you shan't, for he has left. took it upon himself to join the mission abroad.
He did? I see.
Again, prioritizing his personal wishes above his station. Is there no end to his selfishness?
You haven't any love for him, have you?
Love. I would rather think of him as little as humanly possible.
Well, goddamn.
How can you say that? He's family.
Royal family, and our duty is to the crown above all. Do not look to Roland for inspiration if you wish to carry yourself in a manner befitting your station, dear Cordelia.
Oh, that's it? Okay. I mean, I guess that's all that could have been, unless she wanted to come follow us.
Look, a Rosellan. I heard she's an envoy from Glenbrook.
Indeed.
Be that as it may, is her kind even allowed to enter our halls? I can only assume she received special permission, since Minister Lila's showing her around. Ironic, considering the wishes of us researchers are hardly ever granted.
What does that mean?
What a splendid facility you have here. I can see why your nation excels in the medical arts.
Normally, only ministry staff are allowed in. Having outsiders view our work is unprecedented.
We cannot thank you enough for your generosity.
If I heard correctly, it sounds like you are researching life itself.
That we are. In order to cure illnesses and injuries, we must set our sights high.
Even illnesses deemed uncurable in other nations?
There is no miracle panacea in this world, but we like to think nothing is impossible.
That's nice.
Wonderful. And would you be willing to share those results with others, should you achieve them?
If you believe in the goddess's teachings, yes. At least, that is what I would expect the Holy One to say.
What about you, though?
Minister Lila, the preparations for the experiment are complete.
My apologies, but I must get back to work. You are free to take a look around. However, I ask you to not enter the restricted areas.
Of course, nothing is free in the Ministry, nor anywhere in Hyzante. And of course, when people are forced to adhere to teachings, there are some who will resist.
Who might you be?
Just a researcher, nothing more.
Really?
What was his problem?
Serenoa, I could use some fresh air, if you don't mind.
But of course, let us take a break outside.
How are you feeling, Frederica? Better than before, thank you, but I should like to rest in the shade for a spell. But of course, rest as long as you like. Take a moment to get to know the city. Some merchants are open for business during the exploration phase and may be selling rare items you'll not find at the provisioner in the encampment. Be wise to speak with any shopkeepers you meet. Good to know. Let's go find them before we talk to anyone. Let's see, here you are. How can I be of service? What do you have? Oh, I see. Neat. Don't think I want these. These might be good. Like for upgrading? good to know. Okay. What do you want to talk about? I always knew that the goddess and her followers looked upon the Roselle with disdain, yet I cannot help but worry for my people. Since they atoned for are not their own, one cannot help but wonder why they must continue to pay for them. This is less to do with the goddess's teachings than it does with producing salts I can read. It makes me wonder why other citizens do not labor at the source. I find it difficult to understand why, this nation that touts equality, the Roselle must suffer such discrimination. That's what I've been thinking this entire time, honestly. Suppose my ancestors just did something so unforgivable that we have yet to earn the goddess's forgiveness. But the Roselle who committed these crimes have long since passed. House Wolfort, people are judged by their deeds and not the circumstances of their birth. Okay. That didn't get us anywhere, really. Everyone on Hyzante knows the goddess's teachings. Obey the teachings and serve your nation, and you shall receive the goddess's blessing. It's not wealth that drives Hyzante, but the faith and happiness of her people. We cannot ignore wealth's importance in the equation. How has the holy state achieved such balance? It seems idealistic to think a nation can be built on faith alone. People are left dissatisfied, will their faith not waver? What is it that brings people such happiness? I thought the answer was different for everyone. Okay, so each of these have an amount of skepticism to it. If I ask this one, he's probably just gonna be like, oh, well, they aren't dissatisfied, so what's the issue? Let's pick this one. The answer is simple, following the teachings. Do so, and you shall be blessed by the goddess herself. All who live in Hyzante can see the happiness that comes with those blessings. I see. Thank you, Minister. Do the Saintly Seven have the people completely under their thumb? As the game progresses, you can uncover information that will unlock additional responses in future conversations. That's neat. You view the knowledge you amassed thus far by selecting War Chronicle and Information. Okay. I wonder if you can only get that information by getting certain dialogue options. Like if I picked another one, if I wouldn't have gotten that information. Or maybe I could have gotten some kind of information earlier. I didn't because of the dialogue options I picked. What do you have to say? The goddess's teachings condemn the Roselle to back-breaking labor at the source to atone for the crimes of their forebears. I know it is the way of their nation, and yet it doesn't sit well with me. Pray take care of Lady Frederica. No doubt this weighs heaviest upon her. Could the streets really be that safe in the city of Swilthy? Wish I could say the same of Glenberg. Speaking of which, we should get ourselves some souvenirs before we head home. I'm sure your father would be happy to know you thought of him. Maybe. From the source to the shield and the thriving city between them, I can scarcely decide what has me most impressed. I can only imagine the people feel the same way, judging by the smiles on their faces. You know, this entire city seems kind of culty, not gonna lie. What do you have to say? As one of the Saintly Seven, I manage the production and shipment of salts. That is to say, single-handedly bear the burden of Hyzante's finances. I can only imagine I was bestowed with such a venerable position in recognition of my unwavering faith to the goddess. Mr. Sorcery oversees Hyzante's dealings in salt, the foundation of their nation's wealth. It's a crucial job even among the Saintly Seven. Okay, so even with people who I don't have the dialogue options for, and you should probably talk to. Wonder if I should talk to these, nameless guys. Sure, when the source is always tight. Source is just ahead. They'll have to turn back, only those with the proper permission can enter. Let's ask you to turn back. Cannot pass through here. Okay, fine. I get the message. Hyzante is a wonderful city. Please enjoy your time here, to your heart's content. Ever ask that you do not interrupt Minister Sorcy's work. Please stay away from the source. Well, he's just standing still. But sure, I'll stay away. This is just between you and me, but not everyone is happy with the Hierophants. Though I honestly don't understand why. Do you wish to enter the Ministry of Medicine? Not yet, but good to know I can do that. It's rare for foreign dignitaries to be allowed to the ministry. Take your time looking around. Can I enter this building? I can. Hello. It's thanks to the Hierophant that we want for nothing. Is that it? Okay. Yeah, this place is very strange. Have I talked to you? You've seen the great big wall around the city? It's called the Goddess of Shield. It protects us and the salt from any who would do us harm. Hyzante is a blessed nation, one where everyone lives in peace. But if you happen to see anyone suspicious, be sure to alert the nearest sentry. Okay. Bit contradictory there. Source, sorry, I can't say I know much about it. It's a sacred place that a select few are allowed to enter. Must be nice having freedom to roam about another's nation. Goddess is on our side. Should another war arise, I know she would ensure the Holy State's victory. This was I was thinking how to make our nation even greater. Maybe young, but he's still a role model to us all. It seems he views Minister Sorely with distaste. Minister Exarm was in charge of the military and diplomatic affairs, but it seems he goes above and beyond for his nation. Can't help but wonder from where his aversions to Minister Sorely stem. Huh. Have I talked to you? In Hyzante, the goddess's teachings determine where you work. Even at the Ministry of Medicine, you are only allowed to research subjects decided by the goddess, but cannot deny the significance of their results. Interesting. There is a shiny up here. Is there one anywhere else? Don't think so. I think I've talked to everyone. I did not go into this house over here, though. No items. Hello. The goddess sides with those that the Ministry of Medicine should study, so they do not squander their time pondering it themselves. Huh. I would not like to live here, personally. It's a very good thing we're here on holiday. Let's go inside. Hello. They claim their city is peaceful, but there are soldiers aplenty in the streets of the ministry. Really makes one wonder. Goddess saves all who believe in her. We research so that we may aid her to that end. Ministry's research helps save lives, and I'm proud to be part of that. It's an honor to help the sick and injured. The study of life fascinates me so. Maybe unlock the secret to immortality someday. This is as far as you go. Only those with the goddess's permission can enter. Like, I swear, like, every single person we meet, they can barely go a single sentence without talking about the goddess. Researchers are highly respected in Hyzante. The ministry is a symbol of our nation's knowledge and a source of the people's pride. Goddess's teachings unite the people. They are what govern this nation. Perhaps there is something to be learned in all this. Researchers immerse themselves in whatever the goddess bids them study. Devoting your time to those studies is what brings us the greatest joy. This area is off limits. There are more delicate matters being researched ahead. As such, I have to ask you to turn back. Alright. There's a shiny here. What the? No, I did not want to do that. No, there we go. An ice stone. Neat. Anything else? Oh, there's one. Treatment notes. Huh. So you can get that. Oh, okay. Well, now I have to look around in a different angle. Is there anything around here? Don't think so. I think we're done here. Best regroup with the others.